Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Justina and here I like to make, create, and inspire fun art things with you through my DIYs. As you see by the title, I have another St. Patrick's Day DIY video for you that is super fast and super affordable that anyone can do. Now, I do apologize for taking quite some time to post another video. I have been feeling under the weather, but I feel a little bit better and I have a couple of DIYs that I know you're absolutely going to love. So without further ado, let's jump into it and let's art today. Now, I love shopping at Dollar Tree. However, there are some times you can find better deals at other stores, just like this 3-piece set that I found at Target. They were $3 each, and normally you have to buy these individually at Dollar Tree, and they're $1.25, so you do save just a little bit of money. I also found this 3-piece jar set at Target. That was only $3, and it comes with stuff inside that you can also use in additional crafts, and I thought that was such a great deal. So like I mentioned, each one of these jars comes with a little goodie inside. The first one were fake gold coins. This one was called Leprechaun Dust, but it just looks like really thick glitter. And these shamrocks glitter or table scatters as well. I thought those were really nice and I can use them for future projects. I also want to use this Dollar Tree enclosure that I purchased a while back and I used on a previous project that I'm recycling today. I also thought I was going to use a cauldron in this DIY, so I'm just showing you that I wanted to use that one from Michael's. Now I'm just going to remove all of these little wooden pieces from Target that I purchased, and I noticed that the little square one fit in the picture frame one, and I thought that was really cool, so that can be interchangeable if I wanted to later. But I am just using the gnome out of that pack. Now I wanted to see first if it fit inside of it and I can close it completely, and it did, and I thought that was awesome. Like I mentioned, I thought I was going to use this cauldron out of this pack, but I decided against it because it didn't really go with this little gnome guy, plus he was already holding a 4-leaf clover, so that was perfect enough for me. However, you can always paint this cauldron if you wanted to add it to your little gnome friend here. Now, all I'm doing to attach him to the bottom piece is just adding 2 dots of hot glue to his feet, and then I wanted to add some of these gold coins from this jar that I purchased from Target, and all I'm doing with the gold coins is basically just laying it on the floor. I'm not adding any hot glue or anything like that so that I can also use them in a later project, and this DIY is done. This is how my little gnome friend turned out, and I think he is super adorable and super simple to make and only took minutes. Now, you can always add this to a tier tray, a little shelf, or anywhere around your house for a little pop of St. Patrick's Day. The lid also comes off, so you can just leave it without a lid and have him on a little stand, and he's still adorable. Another quick and easy way to use these Target dollar spot little glassware is just to display them as is. There's really no work required for these little glass jars. However, if you want to make them your own, you can always relabel them and add a little bit more decor on top, but these will work perfect in a tier tray. I have been seeing a lot of these cauldrons with the lucky word on them in bigger stores as in Michael's, Target, and Walmart, but they are pretty pricey and they didn't match my decor style, so I was so happy when I found this wooden sign at Dollar Tree for $1.25, so I snatched one up. The first thing I wanted to do was try to remove the lucky word from the cauldron, but this one was glued down really nicely and I couldn't get it off without breaking it, so I just left it on there. Now, typically I like to paint my cauldrons using black, but I am going to use 2 different types of green for this cauldron since it is St. Patrick's Day decor, and I am going in with a sloppy paint job. I want this to look a little weathered and little dirty per se, so I'm adding both of the greens and blending them together until I got the desired look that I'm going for. After I was done with that, I flipped it over and started painting the little coin section using my yellow and my folk art home decor chalk paint. Once that was filled, I then started dry brushing my Java brown paint all over the edges of the cauldron. Like I said, I really wanted this to look dirty and used and worn so that it had some dimension and a little bit of character. Once I was done with that, I did take some more of that Java paint and then splattered it all over my cauldron just to give it one more bit of detail. For the lucky word, I wanted to paint them in a rainbow color. Since I didn't have enough letters for each color of the rainbow, I opted out of green. Since the cauldron is green, it still makes it look like a rainbow. I am using my Posca paint markers, and I'm only using red, orange, yellow, blue, and purple. Each letter will have its own color, as you see here, and I'm just filling it in with my Posca paint markers because they're easier to handle with these small letters than using a paintbrush. While I am painting on my letters with the colors of the rainbow, if you are new here and you haven't yet subscribed, I hope you do that today. All you have to do is click on the big red subscribe button down below, but make sure to click on the bell notification so that YouTube can always notify you when I upload a new video. Plus, I would love for you to be part of my virtual art family. Now it's time to add the gold coins on top of this cauldron. Now they do provide a little divot on the top to show you where the coins should go, but these coins were a little bit bigger. Nonetheless, they still fit in the spots pretty nicely, and I try to do my best. Now you can see some of the paint showing through, which is totally fine because I did paint that area yellow, so it's not that bad. However, if it does bother you, you can always add more coins on top so you won't be able to see the paint showing through. Speaking about coins, if you'd like to help support my page a little bit more, I would love for you to check out my Buy Me a Coffee page. The link is down in the description box below. Over there, you'll have first look at sneak peeks, behind the scenes photos, and additional communication with me on upcoming videos. Plus, you are helping this community grow by supporting me to make better content for you. I wanted to add a little bit more detail, so I'm taking a black Posca paint marker and outlining the outer edges of the cauldron. For the last little bit of details that I wanted to add to this cauldron is a 3-leaf clover. I'm using Dollar Tree's foam hearts from their Valentine's Day collection, taking a green Posca paint marker and painting over it. Once that had time to dry, it is now time to add it right onto the cauldron on top of my lucky word, and I'm just using hot glue to attach them on to one another. Then I just draw in a stem, and that completes this DIY. You can always add a little string if you want to hang up your sign, but I opted out of it and I just placed it onto my bookshelf. I feel like each year Crafter Square section at Dollar Tree has been really stepping it up. I found these mini burlap shaped flags in there and I thought they were pretty decent size, so I'm not really sure why they call them mini. However, I thought this would be a great addition to my St. Patrick's Day DIYs, and I'm just removing it from the packaging and laying it all over my table so I have a good feel on how big and how much space I am working with. This banner does have 6 flags on it, and I was trying to get a feel of what I really wanted to do with it. I had some of these 3-leaf clovers still left over from a previous project that I want to use with this flag. I thought they would look good on top of the burlap. It gives that green such a pop. And I used 2 of the gold ones. Another addition to this DIY is using some old book pages that I have on hand. Now, I really wanted to give this banner a really antique old look, so to do so, I'm just tracing out the areas that I want my book pages to go into. Then I started cutting it out where I trace. Now, I thought they were too sharp, so then I started ripping off the edges of the book page so to give it more of that antique look, and then I crumbled it into my hands. Then I'm going to uncrumble it, and it gives it such an old look. Now, it was still too white for my liking, so to fix that, I wanted to give it an age look. So I took some Java paint in my folk art home decor chalk paint and added a bunch of water to it just to give it a watered down effect, and then I just added it onto my book pages. Then I lightly dry brush some sheepskin right on top of that. Now I noticed that cutting all the book pages was a little bit useless, so I just started painting on all of the Java paint, and then I cut it down to size, and I continue this with all of my pages. Now, to be honest, I didn't really wait for my pages to dry completely before adding it to my banner. I'm using my hot glue gun, and for this, it really worked well. However, if you want to wait for your pages to dry completely, you can always use a Mod Podge for this step. To speed up this process just a little bit more, I am just going to show you how I decorated one of these flags. Now, each flag will have a different 3-leaf clover on there, but it's still the same technique. I am gluing down the little book page on first, and then I'm adding a 3-leaf clover right on top of that, still using my hot glue gun to attach it down. Once that was down, I thought the banner was still a little bit plain, so then I took a black Posca paint marker and I started drawing on the outer edges with little dashes, and I continue this with all of my banner, and that completes this DIY. That is it, you guys. That completes today's DIYs for you. I know it was a short video, but I thought it would be short and sweet. I thought these were really affordable and easy to do, and I hope you enjoyed today. Thank you so much for taking the time and spending this little bit of time with me. I would love to know which one was your favorite down in the comment section below. Me personally, it has to be this cauldron right here. That has to be my favorite. Remember, if you are new here, I hope you stick around by hitting that big red subscribe button down below, but don't forget to click on the bell notification so that YouTube can always notify you when I upload a new video. Plus, I would love for you to be part of my virtual art family. Don't forget to check out my other socials. All the links are down in the description box below, and don't forget to check out my Buy Me a Coffee page. That is down in the description box below as well. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate each and every one of you, and as always, I will see you in the next one.